Jackson Radio Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. KJ Radio is what you're listening to. The Kevin Jackson Show. 844-551-8255. And I want to cover what's been discussed about Donald Trump, because it bugs me that people are giving Trump grief. Now, the reason I bring this up is because Trump's got these meetings he's having with Democrats and everybody's freaking out. And it bugs me. Conservatism bugs me this way. And here's why. Leftists support Barack Obama, even to this day, at least publicly. Privately, they can't stand him. Publicly, they will not renounce Barack Obama in any way. They won't rebuke him. He lost over 1,000 seats during his tenure. That would be enough to make most people go, look, enough is enough. If Donald Trump lost 1,000 seats, how long would it take for us to jump him? If he loses whatever, dozens of seats in 2018, we would be jumping him. Not based on just his, it would be his policies that did it. It would be everybody's fault. But if Donald Trump shifted gears from what he promised us and he lost, hundreds of seats, dozens of seats, I wouldn't support him. I'd be like, screw this. Now, if he stays the course, I'll support him no matter what. Now, that being said, people out there are going, well, Kevin, you're on dangerous territory here because he's not staying the course. And I say, sure he is. He absolutely is. He's meeting with the Democrats and they're accusing, Chuck Schumer says, yeah, he likes me on a hot mic. Finger quotes here. Hot mic. If you think Donald Trump likes Chuck Schumer, you'd have to be out of your mind. He tolerates him. He doesn't dislike him, but he doesn't like him. Schumer is a tool, a cog in the wheel. And Trump knows that. Pelosi, a cog in the wheel. He knows these people are so full of themselves, they can't even see straight. They think they're so self-righteous and they sanctimonious. They know it all. He's like, think that. Underestimate me. They did already once before. But here's what I don't like about conservatives. The rumor from fake news after Donald Trump has told most of us it's fake news. Oh, he's going to let DACA, he's going to let these illegals get away with this with DACA. No, he's not. He's going to look at DACA pragmatically, the same way we all look at it. And there's going to be a few winners in DACA that you better get used to. But there are going to be many, many more losers. I think of the old 80-20 rule. 80% of DACA is going home. 20% will satisfy the red meat wanting leftists. He'll give them just enough that they can't talk about him and say, he's a mean, cruel person. He'll go, no, we let some stay. Sure we did. But we sent most of them home. And if you can't see that as the perfect compromise to say, no. Now, there's also going to be rules for those folks. But don't think he's going to just dismiss them wholly. And he shouldn't. If I were a kid brought over at the age of 9 months and don't even know I'm not a citizen and learn that I'm not a citizen, I would be devastated if you told me I had to go home to a country of my parents' origin that I may not speak the language of or know anything about. I would be devastated. And so would you. So we have to balance it. At what age do we go, okay, it's going to be like how the left handles abortion. At what age do you abort the DACA babies? So now we're going to put it into their terms. First trimester, second trimester, third trimester, on the birthing table. When do we get rid of them? But we're getting rid of them. So Trump's not backing away on that. Oh, he's not building the wall. He's equivocating. No, he's not. He's learning the rules of the game. And he's got good people up there who are going to say, they don't want to get this done, but let's get on it ourselves. Because he's already said, look, we're already rebuilding portions of the wall. That's happening. We'll get to this. But this idea, he's meeting with the left. So then they come out and they tell us, what's the latest thing they told us about Trump? They said he's going to re-enter the Paris Accord. Now, I don't know if you realize what's happening here, but the Democrats are touching the fence. They want to see, what are you guys going to respond to? What will it take for you to abandon Trump? We talked about this a little bit the other day. What does it take? When do you finally say, you know what? I'm sick of this guy. So they're going to tell, it's a misinformation campaign. He likes us. He's capitulated on the DREAM Act, DACA. He's now reneging on other promises that he's made to you on the right. So he's now going to reenter. He now changed his stance on climate change. They'll tell you he's ready to renegotiate Obamacare. They're going to throw stuff. And all they're doing is they're poll testing. They want to see, how much resolve do you have? I can't answer that for you. I've told this story a couple times on the radio where a friend of mine, I worked for him, and he wanted me to start a new division within his company. Not a new division, but take on a project. And he asked me what would the project cost. Would I study it and come back to him? And I said, sure. Took me 2 weeks, came back and told him it cost him about $1 million. And he hemmed and hawed, and we stayed in the conference room talking, and he finally said to me, Kevin, will you relook at the numbers? I hadn't planned on spending that much. I'm thinking we can do it for $500,000. And he says, will you look at the numbers and, give me another assessment? So I said, sure. And I took it back and I did nothing. Put it on my desk and said, when do you want to meet again on it? He says, Friday or whatever. So I came back in that Friday. I got the assessment. He says, you got something for me? I said, sure do. Handed him the thing and said, $1 million. And he goes, dude, it's the same price. What are you talking about? I can't understand why. And he goes into the, not a bit of a tirade. Why can't you do this, Kevin? I mean, and he's running through it in his own mind. I'm sitting there just as cool as can be. I'm listening to him. He says, I don't understand why we can't do this for $250,000. So he's trying to rationalize the $500,000. He says, Kevin, will you look at this and see if we can get this thing into more of my vision? And I said, happy to do it. So I took it back to my office. I put it in my out basket. And whenever we were going to meet again, I said, I'll have some numbers for you. When we went back to meet, I put the things in front of him, and it was the same thing, $1 million. And he's ready to blow a gasket. And he's like, what? Kevin, did you understand what I said? It was $500,000. I told you I thought we could do it for $250,000. And it's like you didn't look at anything. And I go, I didn't. President of the company, I told him I didn't. Neither time. And he went, why? I go, because I gave you the answer. And you could come in and tell me it's 100,000 or whatever. I gave you the answer. That's the answer. It's $1 million. And if you don't like the answer, get somebody else to run the numbers, because I don't do stuff twice. I do it thoroughly the first time. Those are the numbers. And he starts laughing. And I'm like, I don't see what's funny here. It's been it's a waste of time. And luckily for me, I don't waste my time he goes, Kevin, that's what I love about you. He goes, see, most people would have tried to fit it into the $500,000, and I would have pushed them for the $250,000, and they would have tried to fit it into that, and they would have skinnied it down, and because they want to please me. He goes, and you did nothing of the sort. In fact, he goes, you're practically insolent. You're practically saying, screw you, I'm not doing any more work. And I go, I'm not practically saying that, I am. I'm not doing work twice, 3 times, whatever. And he goes, that's why you're 1 in a million. And he says, thanks for the report. No lie. Implemented it, $1 million, successful. Grew that company from 13.7 million to well over $100 million in 2 years. Because that was my take on things. I'm not going to listen to the minutia. So what I'm telling you folks is, Donald Trump has resolve. He understands now he's in a political game, and I can tell you, this guy loves the game. You couldn't have picked a better person to put into this situation that understands the art of the deal and loves playing the game. He doesn't care about the money. He cares about saving you money. You are at the top of his priority list. And you question it. And you don't want to back him. You got nutcases like Ann Coulter running around talking about, we're not going to get anybody elected because he's not doing this or that. She's actually, I don't know, wanting Doc. I don't know what she wants. But I'll tell you this. Donald Trump knows what he's doing. And moreover, who do you want in there? You want George Bush? You want Hillary Clinton? Pick any of the candidates that we currently have and tell me that they can get it done for you. It wouldn't happen. You got the right guy for the job. You got to start supporting him and showing him, poll or otherwise, that you support the president.
Kevin Jackson
on the Black Sphere Radio Network.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177. Or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.